So this week I have a question for you that was brought up by a discussion that started on one of my author discussion boards online. And somebody posed the question, when you see a book that is written by a female author, does it influence your choice to read that book? And for most of the people who responded to the question, it was like, no, male or female, I'm just interested in a good story. But a small portion of women respondents said that it makes them hesitate when they see a female author name on a potential book that they want to read. And the reasons that they gave, for me, were really interesting. Their reason was essentially romance. They said that they're not the typically interested in romance readers, and when they see a female author name, to them, it indicates that there's probably going to be more romance in the story. And especially too, if it is a female protagonist. Because in general, you can get away with a male protagonist who doesn't have a love interest. But usually, if there's a female protagonist, there is a love interest at some point in the story. Now, I know that a lot of readers really do love having those love triangles in there and the romantic subplots going on, even in a story of epic fantasy or science fiction or what have you. But for this small segment of women readers, that was actually off-putting. And I found that interesting because in reality, I fall close to that category of women readers who prefer not to read about romance. I don't really know why that is. It's possible that for a long time I was single and it was just difficult to read about other people in romantic situations. But even since getting married, I found that in general, romance just doesn't do it for me. I would much rather have a growing friendship. If there's going to be any romance whatsoever, right? It's going to be a friendship that eventually it's like it becomes so obvious, they just gotta get married because they're such good friends. But in general, the whole fluttery heart bit and and the oh my goodness, he's so gorgeous, it just doesn't do it for me. And that doesn't mean that I haven't enjoyed books that have those elements in them. There have been great romantic related books that I've enjoyed. But it's something that I have to prepare myself for. It's like, oh, okay, this is gonna have romance. One of the other reasons that I discussed with my husband is men tend to be very sensory focused. They tend to use a lot of show, don't tell. Women tend to be very internally, emotionally focused. So there is a lot of he felt, she thought, and I, in general, prefer to have a more very concrete sensory experience versus this is what this person was thinking. And that's not to say that I don't sometimes talk about how my characters are thinking and feeling, because there may be things that you just can't show through body language and dialogue alone. But that said, I usually do prefer that more concrete way of writing, and men tend to write more in that direction in general. Again, I'm generalizing. Tell me what you think. Let me know whether you are influenced to read a book based on the author's gender, whether that has any influence for you whatsoever or whether it doesn't, and let me know why. I hope you enjoy this week, and I'll see you next Friday.